Millions of football fans out there genuinely believe the Argentine national team operates with some kind of hidden advantage. Well, today, in this explainer, we're going to merge the raw emotion of football with the cold, logical precision of electrical engineering to see what's really going on. We'll look strictly at the source material behind this massive debate, breaking down the claims and the science of perception completely without taking sides. We're literally going to treat a football match like a giant electrical circuit. Should be fun, right? Let's get right into it.
So, it begs the ultimate question. Is there an invisible booster secretly helping one team? I mean, imagine an electrical circuit where every single component is working completely normally. But then, suddenly, someone secretly adds a booster that makes one specific signal appear way stronger than all the rest. Could something like that actually happen in football? Millions of passionate fans suspect Argentina has exactly this kind of secret advantage, so we're going to impartially explore why this perception exists and whether it holds up to a strict scientific breakdown.
To really get this fan theory, we've got to define our terms first. In electrical engineering, a booster, or an amplifier, is actually remarkably simple. It's just a device in a circuit that takes a weak input and artificially increases the strength of its output signal. Without it, the signal just stays at its normal baseline level. A weak input enters, and the amplifier does the heavy lifting to crank that output past its natural capability. Now, this engineering concept maps brilliantly onto the football pitch. Think of a match as a circuit. The players, they're the flowing electrical current carrying the energy. The coach on the sidelines is the controller directing that flow. The referee acts as a switch, turning the game's flow on and off. And finally, VAR, the video assistant referee, is the protection system actively checking the whole circuit for possible faults. It's pretty much a perfect one-to-one analogy.
Section 1. The Argentina Anomaly. Examining the perception.
You see, this belief didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's really a convergence of highly specific catalysts. We're talking years of controversial penalty calls, heavily scrutinized VAR reviews, and of course, the unprecedented spotlight on Lionel Messi. Because of his massive profile, every single close decision during this international career gets this amplified level of attention. Throw in the lightning speed of social media and boom, every close call is instantly amplified for the whole world to see.
Literally within minutes of any controversy, a very specific claim floods the internet. Argentina received another boost. When fans see a team win after a tight call, that immediate online reaction acts as its own kind of amplifier, spreading the theory of a hidden advantage across the globe in seconds. It creates an incredibly powerful, self-sustaining perception among rival supporters.
But hey, as critical thinkers, we've got to pause for a second here. Does a controversial, heavily debated decision automatically prove that a booster exists? Or is it something else entirely? I mean, does an unpredictable call on the field actually prove the existence of a literal, artificial amplifier within our football circuit?
Let's move to Section 2. Thinking like an engineer. Perception versus reality.
An electrical engineer would never just assume an amplifier exists simply because an output is high. They wouldn't jump to conclusions like that. Instead, they follow a really strict methodology. First, they measure the input. Second, test the individual components. Third, analyze the whole circuit. And finally, and this is absolutely crucial, they demand hard, verified evidence before ever concluding that an artificial amplifier is actually present in the system.
So, when we actually test the components of our football circuit, we hit a fundamental truth: the human element. Referees make mistakes. VAR decisions are inherently subjective and can totally be interpreted differently depending on who happens to be sitting in the booth. These are just unavoidable realities that happen in matches involving every single country playing the sport. Why? Simply because the switches and protection systems are operated by human beings.
And here is the absolute crucial point. Despite all the massive social media trends and passionate accusations, there is zero publicly verified evidence showing that FIFA instructs referees to favor Argentina. None. When we look for the documented proof that an engineer would demand before claiming a booster exists, well, the evidence simply isn't there.
As critical thinkers, we've got to separate raw emotion from hard proof. We have to distinguish the claims and opinions born from emotional reactions and natural fan bias from the actual verified evidence, documented instructions, measurable data, and confirmed systemic bias. In objective analysis, perception is never enough. The verified evidence has to come first, and in this particular debate, that side of the ledger remains completely empty. All right, Section 3, the final analysis, an unpredictable circuit.
So here's the reality of this situation. Football is this incredibly emotional, dynamic electrical circuit. Every national team is deeply connected to the others. The players' energy is constantly flowing throughout the 90 minutes, and human referees act as real-time switches, altering that current. And because humans are the ones operating those switches, mistakes are entirely unavoidable, meaning the resulting debate will always be massive. But at the end of the day, that debate is fueled by deeply felt passion, not scientific proof.
So I'll leave you with this to ponder. Are we really watching a manipulated system equipped with an invisible booster? Or are we just witnessing the beautifully unpredictable chaos of human judgment inside a highly emotional circuit? Whether you believe Argentina benefits from favorable decisions, or you think the game is just inherently chaotic, this debate definitely isn't ending anytime soon. Keep looking for the evidence, and most importantly, keep enjoying the beautiful game.